Trisha Ben, could we ask you to so graciously, as you always do, and so powerfully, kick off our first program of the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council for 2025? You officially get to do it. Oh my goodness. Would you please? We'd love to have you kick it off.
Kathleen, I am so thrilled to be able to kick off the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council for all of 2025 with you and all of the incredible women here. This is truly my honor, and how we join together in community and success is everything as we drive forward to the results that we want to see, the impact we want to have for 2025. So it is always my honor, but this day is a special, special day, and a happy new year to everybody. Of course, we all know Kathleen Caldwell is the CEO of Caldwell Consulting Group and the founder of the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. And of course, the Women's Success Accelerator. You know, the term success is such an important one. And you know, that's been a key term for me with my podcast and TV show to redefine what success is based on our own measures. And Kathleen, you drive that kind of definition every week with the content that you're delivering and bringing into the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. It's up to us to decide for ourselves what that success looks like and what we want to be able to deliver to others. And I'm just so thrilled to be able to hand things over to you to start us off the year right and ready to deliver, and certainly with all of us side by side to deliver on that success. We're not alone, and certainly never feel that way when we're here with you. So over to you, Kathleen. Thank you.
Oh, Trisha, thank you, thank you, thank you. So wonderful to have you kick off our program. And ladies, today is a very special day. And I want to also just pause for a moment and acknowledge and appreciate. You know, we're all about acknowledging, appreciating, promoting, and showcasing. We are a council, we're a business sisterhood, and we're a sisterhood in general. And we believe in collaboration, co-acceleration, not competition. And so I've just had this great privilege to know and appreciate you, Trisha Ben, for going on, I think, about 10 years or more. And, you know, you ladies know this: when you meet someone for the first time, you immediately know there's great chemistry, there's great connection. There's like maybe, Trisha, in other lifetimes, we were official sisters. Who knows? But you just bring such amazing leadership, vision, integrity to C-Suite Network, and you bring your vast experience in business. And I'll tell you, C-Suite Network you're my home. And you are a very big part of that, Trisha, and all of you ladies as well. So, Trisha, thank you very, very much. Yeah, what a delight. Yep. Yeah, let's give a little sparkling for Trisha Ben. My gosh. Yes, yeah. Yeah, you model success, Trisha, and my gosh, thriving and arriving, our theme for our council this year. You are our person we model after for that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great.
Thank
So,
you.
ladies, wow, we have a great, profound opportunity. I want to share a couple slides with you, and this is going to be the most power-packed 55 minutes we're going to have. I will say all week for sure, but this is an opportunity for you to really get in the game in an early stage, not from a work perspective or working hard, but more from a deep thinking opportunity to think about your business, your life, your profession, your career, what it is that you want to create in 2025. And so I'm going to share a couple slides. I'm going to have a couple prompts for you. And I'd love for you to do some writing, whether it's in your laptop, your computer, old school, whatever works, and then asking you to put some things in the chat, because we're going to have a great acknowledgement and appreciation opportunity as well. Okay, so does that work for everybody?
Mhm.
Good. Okay. So the time is going to fly, I promise you. And this is going to be incredibly valuable for you today. And I just want to also share, how many of you have had a little bit of breathing room during this little holiday season that we've had? How many of you have really appreciated and enjoy just a little bit of breathing space and thinking time?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so include today in this. And so thank you, Tricia, for that very warm welcome. I'm Kathleen Caldwell. I am so delighted. I feel renewed after this last time, a little time off, renewed to think about strategically where are we going for this next year, not only for our council, but also, I will also say, for women coaches and consultants as a whole. I've had so many insights and I want to share with you because now is our time. And I'm curious as I look in our Zoom room here, how many of you, maybe even put it in the chat, how many of you been a coach? Put in the number of years that you've been a coach or a consultant, a trusted advisor. You've been, an expert in your area. Put it in the chat because I want to get in there and get you involved in this. I am so excited because on May 31st of 2025, I'm celebrating my 25th year as a professional coach. And I am so excited about that. I'm figuring what does that mean? And one of the things that it means for me is bringing us together today in a very special kind of way. And the I want to also our vision quest. The title of our topic today is about a vision quest. And I'm just curious how many of you have ever been on a vision quest? How many of you have ever had the great privilege to be in an NNIPI, a Native American sacred ceremony? Anyone here? Hard to see all of you at the same time, but this, yeah, really profound because I'd love to do an acknowledgement of basic, fundamental, sacred traditions of the Native Americans and the Native Americans and shamans all around the world, because today is a thank you to them. We get a great privilege and opportunity to sit in a metaphoric circle together. So I'd love to ask a favor of you to think about that today in this brief time together we get to sit together in ceremony and have this be a little bit different experience than just kind of watching a webinar and kind of doing a little Zoom thing. But this is an opportunity for us to be on a vision quest, a vision quest. And I will share with you, I was invited to be in a sacred circle doing a vision quest with Native Americans, the Lakota tribe in Wisconsin, the Lakota tribe in Arizona, the Lakota tribe in Salt Lake City, Utah, to be in three different circles of profound, profound wisdom people. And you ladies, you're part of that circle now. And we are part of a bigger circle. And right now, the world needs us more than ever before to bring our wisdom to the world. The world is calling for us. How many of you know this? Give me some sparkling here. To bring who you are, what you do, to bring your special magic and power to the world. And so you you've always been in circles, ladies. This is part, when you were a little one in kindergarten, you sat in circles. So this is not a new thing for us, okay? But to be actually in an environment where we're circling up and you are circling up with your clients. You're enfolding your clients, you're enfolding your partners, you're enfolding the people in your community in a sacred circle as well. Okay? 2025 has magical, amazing, amazing capabilities. And so imagine we are together, we're in this beautiful power circle together. And I will tell you, once you've experienced this in a Native American experience, you're forever changed. You are a fierce warrior. So I am just declaring today that each of you, as you leave today, you are a fierce warrior. Okay? We're just declaring it right now. And if you resonate with this, put it in the chat that yes, 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 yes. Fierce warrior, love this because your message, who you are, what you do, your imprint on the world is so needed, absolutely needed. The time is now. And so as we move into our discussion about, Vision Quest, is the first days of January are the most sacred times, days of the year, because it's a time of renewed optimism. It's a time of thoughtful contemplation. It's the most positive, optimistic times of the year, ladies. You know this. It's kind of when we turn the calendar, when we have a brand new year. And this is true for you. Also, this is true for our clients too, our companies that we work with, our associations, organizations, whomever, our VIP clients that we work with one on one, our groups, whatever you do as a coach, consultant, trusted advisor, thought leader. Today and this week and this month is a very sacred, sacred time. And so I'd love for you to put in the chat, what's your intention for our theme? Our theme today is thrive and arrive. Thrive and arrive. And that's the theme for our council for this year is thrive and arrive. Would love to have you put in the chat is what's your thrive and alive and arrive intention for our time? What would you like to get out of today's session? Okay. And I'll be jumping in and watching the chat. Just take a moment and think about what you want to intend to accomplish. That's right. And thank you, Dr. Rochelle. You claim that you are a fierce warrior. I love it. Fantastic. And being in any sort of sacred circle, and I mean sacred from a holistic perspective, sacred from meaningful, impactful, is you always start with what's your intention. When you step into the inipi, the teepee, you step into the sacred womb. The Native Americans call the center of the teepee, it's a womb. It's amazing. And when you step into it, you have an intention of what you want to clear, what you want to create, what you want to accomplish. And so we're stepping into that same space here. So thank you, thank you. Putting into the chat, what are your intentions? Thank you, Trisha. Yes, love this. Manifesting the delivery of C-Suite Network mission. Yes, in collaboration and partnership. Excellent. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zoe. Very good. And we get to glean from you who are also experienced, energetic focus. Thank you. Yeah, and warrior can be a controversial word. I mean it in the most sacred, profound way. Okay. It's that we're a stand for our mission and our vision. We're a stand for what we want to see in the world. Okay. That's what I mean by this. Yep. Thank you very much. So good. And so thinking about what your intention is also our thrive and arrive theme for the year is, I think for me, for sure, maybe for many of you is I've been on this journey for over 25 years as a coach consultant, and I've been looking down upon, metaphorically, on the places I want to go and the experiences I want to have and the impact I want to have with my clients and the life I want to have. And I feel that many times I've been kind of looking through the airplane window. Anybody resonate with this? Looking down upon this dream location, right? This is probably something, looks like maybe this could be in the Caribbean or someplace, looking down on what it is that I want. Always kind of looking at someday maybe, okay? And what I am declaring is that this is the year, especially for our council, for our esteemed faculty members, our founding members, it's the year that we arrive. We land the plane, okay, on the things that we want. Enough of the longing, enough of the dreaming. Yes, we're going to continue to do that, but it's time to actually enjoy the experience of thriving and arriving. Anybody resonate with that? Okay. Doesn't mean we're not continuing to work hard and strive and grow and learn and all this, but it's time now for us to really enjoy and have the things that we want to have. Okay. And so I'd love for you for just a moment. Part of our vision quest is to start with a vision. And I'd like to invite you to just take a moment and imagine that it's 1 year from today, January 2nd, 2026, 1 year from today. And I'd love for you for just a couple minutes to envision your life, your business, your career, anything that's important to you, your health, your vitality, your family, whatever it is. Envision your life 1 year from today. Okay. And I'm just going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to put on a little bit of nice, quiet music and would love for you to think about what you want your life to look like 1 year from today. And again, there's no judgment, there's no comparison. It's just a matter of you declaring in your vision what you'd like a year from today. So go ahead, take a moment. Okay, one more minute. Okay. Perhaps it's even what you'd like more of, what you'd like less of. If you'd like to put some things in the chat, that would be fantastic. Even just a couple words of what you imagine your life. And, doing this with your clients is so key because you are a trusted advisor to all of your clients. And I'm going to lean into this because this is a revelation that I'm really having is that the more I talk to, work with a lot of executive women, I work with groups and masterminds and our council and a variety of people. The more that I talk to my executive clients, the more I realize they need a trusted advisor now more than ever before. They can't go to their senior leadership. They can't go to their boss, so to speak. Hard to go to coworkers, can't go to others in the organization. Their beloved spouse or partners are worn out hearing about what's happening at work. Okay. They're worn out. They may have friends and family they can talk to, but all of these people are so important as part of their ecosystem, but they do not have the skill that you have as a trusted advisor. They're not a coach, they're not a consultant. They may try to be, but they do not do what you do. And so now more than ever, they need you. Okay. With all of the changes that are happening, we've got a new government in the US administration coming in, federal employees, state employees, they kind of don't know what's going to be happening. A lot of people with the economy, a lot of uncertainty. A lot of things happening. You know what I'm talking about, right? And so, you being that trusted advisor coach, the person who's there to listen with unconditional regard is so key. Okay. So, connecting what you want in this next year and having it aligned with what your clients need is our first golden nugget for our time together in our sacred circle. Speaking truth to power is you connecting with what your clients really, really, really want is going to help you get what you really, really, really want. Okay. What's emerging? I want to get you in the conversation here. And, normally we do this as a half day kind of VIP, vision quest. We'd be doing this for multiple days or at least a half day, but this is just to get you started. Yeah. What's emerging for you about what you really, really, really want? Jump in, unmute yourself. What's coming up out of all this? Susan, thank you.
I think what I've heard so much of is people feeling it's been a struggle and really helping them find the ways for the growth to occur while still being able to take care of themselves by us being able to grant ourselves that same, needing to understand how much we need to give ourselves the TLC before we give it to everyone else. And the fact that business can grow, can thrive, can continue to expand when we are nurtured and cared for in a way that allows us to be our best instead of be frazzled.
Excellent. Thank you, Susan. Hey, who is resonating with what Susan said? How about that? Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Susan, because part of the deep thinking that I've been doing is thinking about, well, who is nurturing our coaches? We have, depending upon the numbers, we've got easily over 1 million women coaches and consultants around the world. Who is nurturing the coaches? Who is serving the coaches? Who is taking care of the helpers? We're all helpers. Well, that's what our council really does, is serving each of you, because we need a soft landing. In order to help fill up others' cups, we have our own very, very big cups, right, ladies? We got big cups. We got to fill up our own cups too. Yeah, thank you. Who else? What are your thoughts? What's emerging about what you want in this next year?
Well, I'll jump in there
Hey,
and
Kathy, thank you.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely this year I feel it's time for that quantum leap in everything that I'm doing and really expanding on what I'm offering. And as many of you know, the main focus of my work is really helping midlife women to step into new opportunities and possibilities. And the books that I do are just one of my vision of how we can do this. And I'm not sure if you're all familiar with the book Tipping Point, but it was done 25 years ago. Now he's just redone a revenge of the tipping point that I've been listening to lately. And it hit me that really it's that tipping point that I'm hoping to really push as far as that what is normal for women in their 50s and 60s and 70s. And let's make it normal for us to know that we have opportunities and possibilities and that we are not too old to start something new and we're not obsolete and sitting in the corner. We are doing what we love and we're doing it now. So that's what I'm
Beautiful.
focusing on, that tipping point, and let's push us into that new normal of we're doing what we
Yes.
love.
Thank you, Kathy Dirksen. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Yeah. Very good. A very profound naturopath that I went to many years ago was about 80 years old, a young man. And he said, Kathleen, you're driving a Rolls Royce, but you have no gas in the tank. He was like, what are you doing to fill up your tank? And so, for all of us, you are driving a Rolls Royce here. This is who you are, your embodiment, who you are. You're driving the best of the best. But what are we doing to fill up our tank? So, each of you, you do that for your clients, men, female, male, female, everyone in between. We just human beings. You help people fill up that tank. So yeah, thank you, Kathy. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, good. So feel free, put in the chat what are your thoughts? What's emerging for you? And what we're also going to be doing very soon is really focusing in on strategy. This is something that I've spent the last 2 weeks really honing in on is we've in our council, we've spent a lot of time focusing in on the tactics of success, building a business and, building success around our coaching and consulting companies. And, some call it a practice, business, whatever works for you. But thinking about thriving and arriving for this next year is are your goals to be working with larger companies? Well, we're going to be focused on that. Is one of your goals to be thought of and viewed as a visionary? Is it to enhance your ability to give presentations and talks and speeches, that type of thing? Are you thinking of you want to start roundtables? Are you wanting to mentor the mentors? As someone in this group that I know is thinking about that, yes, mentoring the young mentors, reverse mentorship, empowering employees that could be on the edge of perhaps a reduction in force or a job transition or a career transition, empowering people. That's what you do. Okay. So we're going to be spending a lot of time coming up in our programs for, especially for our esteemed faculty and founding members. We're going to be doing some more roundtables focused on strategy, not necessarily the tactics, the big picture of who are we, what are we doing, why are we doing it, and who are we doing it for? Okay. So I'd love for you to put in the chat and think about what does thriving and arriving or thrive and arrive in 2025? I love alliteration, thrive and arrive in 25. What does that really mean to you? What does it mean to you? And you might even think about a word of the year, a phrase of the year. I'd love if you even think about, you have that as one of the outcomes of our time together. But what does it really mean to you? Does it mean more groups? Does it mean more VIP one-on-one? Does it mean more impact communities, membership? How can you use the C-suite network ecosystem to advance and expand your business and your life? C-suite network has got the platform, ladies. We know it. So being part of the ecosystem is really important. Okay. So think about putting in the chat and, thriving and arriving. And also, I think the real key here too is who are you becoming? We focus a lot in our council about what are you doing? And I think the most important thing is who are you becoming? So, some key questions on our vision quest. And, as a coach, I love questions. I just love questions. I can't help it. So, I'd like to ask you a series of questions here. Okay. And so, think about who are you becoming in 2025? Okay. You can have this next year. It's an open book. It's the calendar's wide open. You get to choose today. Do I want to be taken up by my to-do list, or do I want to really focus on who do I want to become this year? The resilient woman that I've always known I could be, the powerful, fierce woman, the woman warrior, the advocate, the wealthy businesswoman, whatever it is. And so I'd like to ask you a couple questions. And the first one is, and I apologize, I wanted to kind of stack these, so I'm kind of putting them all at once. So sorry about the stacking questions, ladies, but I'd love for you to answer for yourself, either, in the chat, in your laptop, your computer, your, whatever you'd like, is to think about my most powerful. I am my most powerful when I dot dot dot. This is a beautiful writing stem. Okay. I am my most powerful when I dot dot dot. And the first things that come to mind are the best. And our second question, I create extraordinary value when I dot, dot, dot. Use my knowledge, use my skills, use my listening, use my heart. And then finally, the last question in our vision quest here for this section is the transformation that only I can provide is dot, dot, dot. Highly recommend when we're done with our program, come on back to these very wonderful questions and think for yourself, because this is part of your strong suit. This is part of your visioning process, is to know when you're the most powerful, how you create extraordinary value, and the transformation, the results, the outcomes that only you can provide are what? So would love to get your voices in here. And my curious question is also, was there something when you're thinking about this as part of our vision quest, is what surprised you about some of your answers? Were you surprised or, of course, affirmed about what you came up with? And I know this is fast. I know this is fast, but you know what? That's how we operate in our council. We go very fast here, right? So, what surprised you, or what did you uncover by one or a couple of the questions? Lean in, jump in. Sonia, I know you have a lot to say, dear. Can I put you on the spot?
Oh, you like doing that, Kathleen,
I
huh?
do. You know I do. I do.
So the first question was, I'm most powerful when and the first thing that came is allow the divine to work through me, because that's part of the work that I do, which is part of the surrender that I was working through last year. So clearly that's done its thing. And then the second one was also surprising. I create extraordinary value when I do the work I love doing, which to me is very good, but I didn't expect that answer. So I just went with whatever came first. So,
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. We're sparkling for you. Yes. Yeah. Who else? Yeah. Phyllis, would you like to jump in? Carol, jump in.
I wrote a lot of
Jump in,
stuff. Oh,
please.
okay. Don't have it all. I'm in the middle of writing something in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
But it was, we create extraordinary value when we help people to overcome their fears. And in my case, it's the fear of reaching out to people who are different from them and being open, welcoming, learning, and being transformed, that they don't have to stay in their own bubble, and the value that they're going to get from that. So, it's
Fantastic.
hard conversations and, conflicts and all that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I'd love to even ask a question too, is what is the work that's really meant for you this year? What's calling you forward that perhaps, it's a new initiative, it's doubling down on something, it's something that keeps whispering to you that you're saying, okay, well, I'll get to it someday. Or, I'll think about that a little bit more. Like what's emerging for you? Jump in. Carol, would you like to share?
Sure. When I thought of those last three questions. I said, I'm most powerful when I'm using the skills that I love to use, which are listening, writing, and relating. I create extraordinary value when I work with people on identifying their personal brand. And the transformation that I provide is helping others feel and be powerful.
Wow. Who else is inspired by your sharing, all of your sharing? Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Melissa, jump in. Clara, jump in. Trisha, jump in. What's emerging for you about any and all of this?
I'll jump in. I
Thank you.
wanted to say that I feel most powerful when I'm surrounded by good energy. I feel like it's very contagious. So just being in this room with, strong women starting the year off right is just, igniting my flame. So thank you guys all for that. I create extraordinary value when I dig deeper. A lot of times we got to peel back those layers of the onion and get to the root cause. And I think that's where I differentiate myself from others. And the transformation only I can provide is balancing the head with heart by being a financial ally. A lot of people focus on just the math or just the empathy, and I bring both to the table, and I think that's really transformative.
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Who is inspired by what Melissa just said? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is, as Trisha said, this is our kind of our little, a little bit of exercise, our tricep and bicep exercise. Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. Beautiful. Lara, Trisha, we want to get your voices in here too. What's emerging for you?
Okay, so I was thinking that I really create extraordinary value when I can build synergetic collaborations, and that's why I'm part of C-suite. And that's what I want to do in 2025. 2025. I was saying no, it's 2026 now, not yet. And and I feel most powerful when I take action, and I've been lacking that taking action or I was lacking that taking action in 2024. I think because I love just sort of reading and just learning more and going after all the shiny objects, and but that is really selfish because that doesn't really bring value to anyone but me, and not even me, because I do it so much that I forget 90% of what I read. So it's just a waste.
What an insight, Clara. Thank you. Thank you. And zooming in from Portugal, aren't you, dear?
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We need to have a retreat to Portugal, ladies. We need to do something.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay. All right. So 2025. All right. We'll talk about that. Thank you, Clara. Beautiful. Beautiful. Trisha, what's emerging for you? I mean, you're in a position where, my goodness, you have got access to so many levers and have a big vision for yourself and for C-Suite Network. What's emerging?
It's true, Kathleen. It's interesting. I'm just looking for what I typed in initially in terms of, that the mission, and obviously that's very clear and very simple. And just this time to sort of reflect with powerful women who are driving meaningful impact. It's everything to me. That's everything that inspires me every day. And so there's sort of the bigger mission, and then there's your own individual responsibility and ownership of where you sit. And so I'm sort of processing all of it because I don't get a lot of time to slow down and just think. I don't know if anyone else did this, but I had the forced mandatory shutdown over the holidays where I caught the flu from my children and I had no choice but to be flat. But that's not a great thinking time. So this is really, really amazing. And my key word for this year is just success. And what I'm finding, and this is just making me reflect on it, is that um, the power that each of us has to drive the impact and success that we want to see for ourselves, but way more importantly, everyone we serve, because that does deliver the success we want to have. So that power is extraordinary. And I think as women, we're taught not to own our power. We're taught that's a little too far over the tips of the skis. And so I'm mindful of that in the courage it takes to be out over the tips of our skis. And for me, that's a really big picture, as you said, Kathleen, in terms of I'm promised to the success of everyone here and everyone across the whole entire C-suite platform, which is becoming a massive global ecosystem every day scaling. And so and the tips of my skis are thousands of pairs of skis, and many of them may not actually be fastened onto the bottom of a boot yet. So um it's an interesting dynamic. So I know I am most powerful shutting out noise and delivering the success that I deliver in the way that I deliver it. And I have business partners who have very different ways of operating and delivering. And so, and then of course, everyone I represent, everybody has their own ways. So for me, I really need to be focused. I really need to embrace what makes me deliver my best results to everybody. And so that's been something that I've been really, really focused on for the last 3 months. My calendar is completely managed differently. My team is operating with me very, very differently. And obviously the other way around. So I'm mindful to that focus, delivering maximum value to elevate everyone. And also I want to share concepts that make me successful
Yes.
in the
Yes.
way that they can be adaptable for everybody. So for example, vicarious living is something I think I might talk more about. People want to be jealous of things, and we live in a world where we're so incredibly gifted. Sonia, I just met you today and you're in South Africa speaking words that are amazingly inspiring. And then everybody here that I've known for quite some time, Melissa, I was excited about what you were sharing. This is vicarious life that is amazing. If we had 1,000 lives to lead, wouldn't we lead each other's? And therefore, aren't we incredibly blessed to have all that we have in this community and network as our own success and our own opportunity to deliver more. So anyway, those are the things that it's spurring on for me, Kathleen.
Thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. All right. We are sparkling with that big time. Yes, yes, yes. One of the themes that we talk about quite a bit is declaring what's our unapologetic desires for this next year, and to be able to engage with our clients on what are their unapologetic desire. And if you go, we've got our YouTube channel. If you watch one of our last broadcasts, we talked about that, and we were leaning into the definition of desire. If you will remember that, it was like, what's that word really mean? So aligned with what you're talking about, Trisha. Yeah, yes, to not only help our clients get what they want, but guess what? We get what we want as well. Not leaving us out of the equation here. So thank you, thank you. Yes, great. Well, as we're kind of winding down, in a typical way, I pack so much into our time together that we get our value for our time here, don't we, ladies? Yes, yes. So have this. I'd love to encourage you to simmer in this after our time together, to think about those questions And, these basic questions about when are you the most powerful? How do you create value? The transformation that you provide, only you provide. And that's how we become a category of one: coach, consultant, trusted advisor, thought leader, whatever it is. That's how we create that kind of transformation. And so I'd love for us also to be kind of looking through the lens. This is the lens that I look through I've trained myself to do this, and it's a joy in my life, is to be thinking about the visionary that I see in you. So as you're looking through the lens with your clients, with new prospective clients, with current clients, with everyone in your world, thinking about like what's their visionary, what are their opportunities as well. And that you get this great privilege to be able to help create a future with your clients. And so to see them through the lens of that they are a visionary, that they, no matter their rank, their job title, their situation in life, whatever they do or whoever they be, they have an opportunity to be a visionary as well. Okay. And so Clara referred to this, she mentioned this, is in our Thrive and Arrive in 25 opportunity is we get this great privilege to pick a lane, ladies, or pick a couple lanes, but to pick 12 lanes will not work for us. Okay. So thrive and arrive also means to me is that we need to pick a couple lanes. And I'm famous for, I love to have three major things that I'm working on, no more than five, three big pillars. And so be thinking about, and we'll be spending more time on this in our coming up programs. And as you know, in our council, we always get our council members to be speaking and presenting and doing all kinds of things. So we've got great programs planned with you as the speaker. But I wanted to set the tone for 2025 with this is it's your time now to really pick a lane and you get to write the check. Okay. Imagine the Universal Bank of Abundance is knocking on your door, ladies, saying, hello, what do you want this year in the way of abundance, prosperity, income, revenue? What's the number? Because as a coach consultant, sometimes we're not really money oriented. We're not, we know that we need money. Money is the gas, the fuel for our businesses and our lives. We need it for resources. So to also be thinking about what's the number? What's the number that you're going for that's going to give you access to what you really want to do this year? Okay. And as Trisha also mentioned too, is success is so important in all of this is that, hey, we think it's going to go a certain way and we need to be prepared that it's probably not going to go the way that we think it will. So that's where our strategy will come in. And we'll spend more time in our upcoming sessions talking about strategy. Okay. So to know as we complete our precious time, everything that you want is possible when you've got the right vision, the right strategies, the support, and our sisterhood. You can have everything you want with the right support and the right systems. And so our theme this year to Thrive and Arrive in 25 is we're also creating category of one coaches and consultants with lots of cash, lots of freedom, lots of fun. And this is a new year to get that. And, I talk frequently about the blue ocean strategy. With so many coaches and consultants out there, it's time for us to move into those beautiful blue oceans. And so whatever that looks like for you, this is a long list of things that we talk a lot about is, be the first choice for your clients, command higher fees, deliver so much value that it's a no-brainer for people to work with you and to hire you, expand your impact, do more collaboration within the C-suite network and within our council. And of course, stand out. All right. It's your time now, ladies. It's just time to stand out and establish yourself with our support in our council and C-suite network. Okay. So part of as we're kind of moving through 2025, I think it's important to look at what's in the way though. We have a reality of what's in the way. I'd like to be doing these things, And we'll discuss this in greater detail down the road, but what's in the way of this? Do you need to up level your mindset, your capabilities, your training, your education, mentorship? Do you need more resources? Do you need more support? How about a business sisterhood? What's the missing thing for you to have what you really, really, really want in 2025? Okay. And as a coach, we always look for the gap. Where's the gap? And we're living in, as Dan Sullivan always talks about, we don't necessarily live in the gap. We want to live in the gain, of course. But it's important to look at where's the missing gap here for us? What do we need to fill? And this is the same with your clients. Okay. And I'd love to get your voice in here. Who would like to read this beautiful quote? And then we're going to complete our session. This is one of my favorite quotes on the planet. I don't know who wrote it, but guess what? You could have each written this quote. Yeah. Carol, would you like to jump in? I always can count on you to do this.
Yes.
If you're able to see it. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, if you'd like to. Yeah, thank you.
Women need other women in their lives who think they are a big deal. No competition, no backhanded comments, no jealousy. Just an I love you, I support you, and there is no one on earth like you kind of energy.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Thank you, Carol. Sparkling. Yes, exactly. And that, yes, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, thank you. And you know what? We could substitute men, we could substitute children, we could substitute pets, whatever it is. But this is so important. That's the energy that we bring in this world is, hey, I care for you. I support you. I want you to win, right? I want you to be successful in this new year. And when you're successful, I'm also successful. Okay. And so everything you want it's available for you with a powerful vision, strategy, support, and sisterhood. I wanted to say it another time because it's really important. And so as we leave our time together, I think it's so important. Make the choice. What is it that you want for 2025? What's your vision of this new year? Move from being, hey, I'm kind of curious about this to get committed. Okay. And number 3, step into your commitment. You may not have it all figured out. We rarely do, ladies, right? You know what I'm talking about. But step forward with the spirit of commitment. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And, if resources right now are a concern or time, time is a resource, vision, abilities, all those things, everything can be worked out, ladies. When there is a will, there is a way. Okay. So engage with your clients, get closer to them, move closer to them, start with your powerful vision for yourself and your life and your business, and you will attract people to you, the right people. And so I invite you to come join us in the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. We give you a platform to rise and shine, especially in this new year. We're an invitation only council because we vet everyone. So, if you're part of this council, you are the best of the best. Okay. We're going forward this new year in a very, very big way. And so schedule a time with me. Go to Kathleen Caldwell and calendly.com. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about your vision for this year and see how we can support you to elevate your vision. Okay. And so as we complete, I'll kind of rewind for a moment and take us back to where we started at the very beginning of our time together. Our precious time, my gosh, it's flown by, is imagine it's 1 year from today, January 2nd, 2026. What's going to be different? Well, what can be different is with the choices you make today, the decisions you make, and what you do after our session together. Okay. And so I would love to just take a moment and imagine, visualize, picture, pretend, or just think about that we're in a circle holding hands. as we complete our time. We'll complete and come back to our circle. And so imagine that you are in your left hand. We're in a beautiful circle. Your left hand is receiving from the woman on the left, and your right hand is you are giving. So imagine, if you'd like to close your eyes, you don't have to, but imagine that you are in a circle with supportive women, just like each of you. We're in a circle. You're receiving on the left and you're giving on the right. And so we've got a circle of energy, power, contribution, unconditional regard, and unconditional love, circling around our circle. So breathe into that. If you'd like to, we can squeeze hands, drop hands, and there we go. So, ladies, much love to you. Let's thrive and arrive in 2025. Love to you. You've made my day. You've made my week. I love and appreciate each of you. Thank you. Bye for now.